We got in the mail a package from Krawl Work Powersports. This is their upgraded steering rack for the CFMoto UForce 1000 and 1000xl. So essentially the OEM steering rack, once you hit 30-inch tires, it gets really sloppy and it's a lot of stress on the steering rack. So they suggest to upgrade the steering rack. Now that I got 32-inch tires, I thought, you know what, before I blow out that steering rack, I'm just gonna get a beefier one. So here it is packaged. We got the ball joint delete, so these are the heim joints. And here are the tie rods. Now here's the steering rack. It's just substantially heavier and beefier than the OEM one. The other joint and some more hardware. So I haven't pulled out the OEM steering rack yet, so I'll probably do that in the next week or two. We'll pull that out and then get this upgraded one mounted in. So I did get confirmation, because it didn't come with instructions or anything, that as long as your green marks are lined up, then it's centered. So you don't have to take the, you don't have to do any other measurements to center the rack. So it's good to go. Yeah, there we go. Okay, we just got the bolt off the tie rod end here, and I'm just gonna knock this out. Okay, so I got the tie rod ends off, and now the next step is, I don't know if you can see in there, there's 5 bolts. There's 3 on the body of the steering rack, and then 2 on a bracket. So I'll show you right here. So we have these 2 bolts on a bracket and then 3 on the body. So we're gonna take those off and then pull the old rack out. And I'm doing the Elka shocks at the same time, so you don't need to remove the suspension. That's just why my shocks are off right now. That bolt, or that last clamp on the steering rack here was tough. So I'm just gonna center the wheel just so that we're lined up when I go to put the new rack and pinion in. So pull out the old rack. Here's a good visual actually, so you can see the size difference here. Substantial. Okay, so not bad. I got the rack. I still have the 2 bolts on the bracket, but all I did was, I haven't taken it off yet, but you can see I put tape on the bolts to hold them in, so then I just had to thread the nut on. So I'll just make sure we're straight here before I connect it. Okay, well, the rack didn't come with instructions, so kind of frustrating. So there's a bolt here. I put all the OEM bolts back. Like it came with 5 bolts. 3 for the actual steering rack housing, and then 2 for the bracket, just like it does on OEM. But you can't actually put the 1 bolt in. I managed to put it in, and the drive shaft wouldn't be able to spin if I left it in. So I messaged Crawlworks, and they said, no, you don't need to use that bolt. Well, or you can't use that bolt. Well, it came with the bolt. It came with no instructions. Okay, so I got the rack back out. So this bolt, you do not install. You just install those 2. So, I mean, now it's going to be easy because I don't need to tape the bolts up, because that was the big sticker. That 1 bolt by the drive shaft was a pain to get in. So pulled the rack out and I mounted it properly. I took out that 1 bolt. Okay, so after messing around with the rack, putting it back in for hours, I had my neighbor come over, helped slap her in, and I just put on the heim. I just put on the joints. I just have to bolt them up. Then I'm just going to eyeball it to adjust it for alignment before I put the tire on, and then I'll do a proper adjustment on the toe. So yeah, that's it. There it is installed. Okay, we made it back from May Run. Everything survived. And yeah, good camping trip. And I'm probably going to use this clip also on my shocks video, because they did awesome. And then also my new tie rods and the steering rack. So first trip with both of them went great. So I realized I didn't have an ending to the steering rack video, so I'm just filming a quick ending right now. So I got 500 kilometers on the steering rack now. And tie rods, no issues. Yeah, it's all been good. No complaints. The Heim joint is good. The ball joint delete. So yeah, I mean, I don't know what to say, right? Like, it's the only other option besides the Super ATV one. So if you need a steering rack or you're running bigger tires, it's the way to go.